Hi, everybody. It's another college football edition of Proline. I'm Dave Cokin. Let's introduce the rest of the panel for this week's show. Fairway Jay is with us on set. We got Big Al McMordie and Chip Chirimbes. We've got two good games to talk about. One of them, U.S.C. at Washington in the Pac-12, and a game which I guess has become the marquee game of the week now in the SEC. South Carolina, the surging Gamecocks, hitting the road, travel to Baton Rouge for a battle with L.S.U. Before we get to the games, and we also will hear from Jeff Sott from LVSS, by the way, I'm man of the street this week. Before we get to the games, let's let everybody know about the special offers that are available this weekend. And we start with big congratulations when you have a game of the year and it's an underdog and they win by 26 points. You did a really good job, and that's what Chip Chirimbes did last weekend. Cal, the Golden Bears, really performed well and just annihilate UCLA. The Bruins made a lot of mistakes. It was a sleeper for you. I mean, this game just you could sit back or put your arms back like this and just say, "That's right, game of the year, easy winner." Nice job, Chip.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave. We don't relax that much during these games. You know that. Yeah, but it was my third straight game of the year win, followed by Sunday, a game in a month winner with Kansas City. We're really hitting the big games. We're quite in stride. And this Saturday's the biggest of them all in the Big 12. Big 12 conference game of the year, followed by Sunday's NFL total of the year. Don't forget Thursday night, the whole kit and caboodle for $19. And this game of the year is guaranteed to win, or you get the rest of October free. Dave, these are games you can step out on. I said before, these are games we play with confidence. Give me a call. It's a big game winner. I'm down on it myself. Give me a call at 866-841-1665. 5 days, starting Thursday through Monday, only $19 with a full month guarantee. Game of the year Saturday, game of the total of the year Sunday. Give me a call.
My total of the year wasn't as convincing as yours, Chip. It was the same game. Only I had the total. UCLA and Cal, I like the game over. I think it should have gone over by more than it did, but, the bottom line is it got there. That's all that matters. The big plays have been tremendous. Follow that up, by the way, on Sunday with my NFL game of the week, and the Bears just crushed the Jaguars, so very, very happy with these specials in the advertised games, and we're going to do it again this weekend. Put a lot into these games. These are the ones we definitely want to win, and I've actually got two high roller plays on Saturday's schedule in college football. One of them is going to be my college game of the month, so you know how strong that is. These are both big games online. Going to cost a lot of money if you want to buy them there. Or you can take advantage of this offer and get each of these plays for one low price, $25. That gets you both plays, not each. You don't have to pay $25 each. It's $25 for both big plays, plus a TV bonus play going tonight. Everything for $25. Make sure to take advantage. The Kings have been winning big. This one's going to get there as well. 1-866-896-1629. 1-866-896-1629. I also should mention I have a conference game of the year this weekend. It's my Pac-12 game of the year. It will not be available anywhere online. I decided that my conference games of the year this year probably going to be just for my personal service players, but if you're going to ask about this special offer or buy this special offer, make sure to ask about that big play. Pac-12 game of the year, 1-866-896-1629. Big Al, the Fortune 500s, people are making a fortune when they bet these babies. San Diego State, no problem on Saturday. Come back on Sunday night. Entertaining game. They weren't in good shape for a while, but when the dust settled at the end of the game, the Saints had a 10-point win, and your customers had the money again.
Yeah, the Fortune 500s now have cashed 9 straight side selections. They're 9-1 their last 10. The one loser was a totals play. 9 straight sides have cashed. These plays are sold online for $500 a piece. We had a record number of calls Sunday for that Saints play. Thanks a lot to all who joined. Today we're going to have a special offer for all callers, and you can save a lot of money and make a lot of money with this offer. You get our Vegas strip move game of the year for Saturday college football, plus an NFL Fortune 500 Club play. These games go for $500 online by themselves. You're going to get both of these for $25. Plus, as an added bonus, if you sign up early today, you get a TV winner going tonight. 3 plays in all, only $25. Call 866-841-1665. That's 866-841-1665, and go 3-0, including that NFL Fortune 500 Club release.
Fairway J, 2 big winners last week. Army, and then the Oklahoma, which was a great call against Texas Tech. They physically manhandled that team. It was a mismatch at the point of attack. And then Seattle on Sunday. Good stuff. What do you got coming up this week?
Thanks, Dave. It's great to hear you guys. Just some tremendous results. And I know you love the handicap in the trenches, and that Army game, shocker game of the month. They roll up over 500 yards on the ground. It's just a great situation with the ACC sandwich for Boston College, having to adjust from playing Clemson and then to face the triple option misdirection. And those are situations we look for. Oklahoma, of course, was in a big revenge mode. They roll. And then the Seattle game. So this week we're coming out with the big one. We've got a college game of the year going on Saturday, but our callers can get just for $15 our 5-star and par plays. Those come in, have done very well. Won again last week. You call the office and get our 5-star plays, college and pro. $15, 1-866-896-1627. We'll have more totals, and we had a real solid winner going the weekend last week with that BYU under 9, or 6-3, I guess was the final last Friday. So we'll look to have more totals this week as well.
All right, let's get rolling into the Pac-12. USC is at Washington. I'll relate something here. I had Utah plus the points at home against USC last week, and I actually think this is one of the luckiest wins I've ever had. USC absolutely killed them in the game. It should have been a 45-7 game. There was a touchdown off a screwed-up center quarterback exchange. It's 14-0 Utah, so I'm real happy about this. Like, good, that's fantastic. And then USC just completely takes over the football game, and they're good. Utah had given up, literally had given up. They punt the ball away with less than 2 minutes to go, down 17 points. They punt it away. That's it. USC is going to run the clock out, and the game is over. And it's like, not like I had the right side anyway. They were lucky to be ahead for a while, and then USC just took over. Some idiot on USC, and that's the only thing I can describe him on this play, runs into the punter. 5-yard penalty, goes to 4th and 1. Well, you may as well go for it now. They make the first down, and then there's what amounts to the third-string quarterback, because their first stringer's out for the year. He just throws in a triple coverage at the 2-yard line, and it gets caught. And then they get into the end zone on the next play. Final score is a 10-point margin, and they cash the ticket on Utah. This game was, USC was way better than Utah. Now they go up to Washington. So if it sounds like I'm building a case for USC, well, here's the problem with it, Al. They do this a lot. They're kind of a brainless team at times. They got a lot of talent, but they find ways to leave the other team in the football game. And that becomes a worry when you're going on the road. And they're going on the road this weekend. The quest to play Washington, the Huskies are going to be geared up for this.
Yeah, one of these days, USC is going to live up to the reputation and actually blow somebody out. And maybe it's this week. I'm actually going to be at this game. I'm going up there to Seattle. I'm going to watch this game, and then I'm going to go to the Seattle-New England game on Sunday. I'd like to try to find a spot to take Southern Cal. I just don't think this is it. This series has been dominated by the underdog. The team catching points has gone 19-9 against the spread since 1980, including 9-1 as a home underdog. Also, double-digit revenging Pac-12 home dogs are now 84-53 against the spread versus 500 or better foes. I'm going to give a shaky nod here to the Washington Huskies. It's not a strong play, but it's just a shaky nod to Washington. Chip, what are your thoughts on this ball game?
I think it's all USC. Washington played an LSU team who isn't as good as previously rated. They lost that one 41-3. They played Stanford, and they come up with a big win. I think we had that on Thursday night, 17-13, where I thought they were totally outmanned. I thought Stanford pushed them around, and the Huskies were very lucky not only to get the point spread win, but they actually won the game outright. Maybe Stanford is a little bit overrated. They did struggle against Arizona last week. And they played number 2 Oregon and lost 52-21. They have not scored more than 21 points against a FBS team this year. And I think they're in a spot here where Southern Cal is, they hit their bump in the road. I would have a tendency to want to lay it before I take it here off of what I saw Washington do. I'm really not confident with this Husky team. I had them against Stanford, which was great, and we had LSU against them, and we had Oregon against them, and I'm going to go against them one more time. I'll lay it with Southern Cal. What do you got?
Yeah, Jay, I don't think the game is, on paper, it's really not close. But we just see this tendency out of USC on a regular basis where they just don't play 60 minutes, mentally at least. And it makes it tough to cover the spread when you do that. They didn't even cover against Hawaii, which is as bad a football team as you'll find anywhere. And they didn't play the second half of that game. And maybe it was a sign of things to come. I don't care who you're playing. Go out there and play. You only play one game a week. How do you mail it in against anybody? And yet USC seems to be doing that. Is that the coach?
I'm not sure this year, Dave, if from a coaching standpoint in this matchup, I certainly would favor Sarkisian, former coach of USC as well. And there's some. When I look at this matchup, I compare the point spreads a little bit. I also had Washington when they played Stanford at home. And remember, they took money. They were +7. They took some money in that game, coming below 7. And the situation was just so good. They're off a bye, and they're playing a team that doesn't have the offensive weapons that USC has. And in this game, we're seeing an adjustment up to 12 and 13 points in this line. But the reality is, you cannot be impressed with what you've seen out of Washington's offense, and especially quarterback Price. This team has struggled against LSU on the road, to be expected against the top defense, but they just against Stanford, their offense struggled again, and they're going to have to put up points here, I think, to stay within this number clearly. And looking at what their offense has done, Price has made comments that he's not playing and he's not as confident. That has to be some concerns. Al will enjoy this game. I think he's going to see a lot of points up there in Seattle this week, weather permitting, but I could make the case that because of the situations and the strong ATS stuff that Al mentioned, that the side is still to support Washington. But I think if it gets to be a high-scoring game, they could be in trouble.
All right, before we get to our second game, which is an epic battle of the SEC between South Carolina and LSU, let's check in with our man on the street. It's Jeff Saad from LDSS, who's got a free pick on an NFL total for Sunday. What do you got, Jeff?
Thanks, Dave. I have a free total coming up, but first you can get a pair of college conference game of the month winners going Saturday, as well as an NFL blowout game of the year on Sunday. All three plays just $19, plus the blowout game of the year comes with a guarantee. You win or you get one free week from LBSS in college football and the NFL. Just call 1-866-575-8916. That's 1-866-575-8916. Your free total is the Giants at 49ers, a rematch of the thrilling NFC Championship game in January, a 2017 overtime win by New York. The Giants averaged just 3.3 yards per rush, while the 49ers got 328 total yards and turned it over twice. This season, both teams again have dominant defensive fronts, particularly against the run, ranked in the top 10. While the 49ers upgraded the wide receivers, they are still a run-first conservative offense. The Giants are 36-15 against the spread in the last 51 road games, but the way to look at this one is a low-scoring battle of powerhouse defenses, just like in January. Play the Giants and 49ers to stay under the total. Once again, get a pair of college conference game of the month winners going Saturday, as well as an NFL blowout game of the year Sunday, guaranteed, and all three plays just $19. Just call 1-866-575-8916. Back to you, Dave.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Here we go. South Carolina, LSU. The Gamecocks put a real stomping on Georgia last week, and in the process stamped themselves as a team that has to be considered in the mix to win the whole thing. I mean, they're that good defensively. LSU has been struggling, and they got them last week. Second half, they looked like they might win at the half down in Florida, but second half, the Gators got them. And LSU, they're now in a situation where they can't control their own destiny anymore. Chip, be interesting to see how that impacts them as they return home in a favorites role against the South Carolina team that's very good.
Yeah, South Carolina, both these clubs are going to bring something on the field on Saturday night, and that's going to be defense. We saw how South Carolina just shut Georgia down, only allowed one touchdown. We know where LSU hangs their hat. LSU has trouble moving the ball through the air. They're 100th in the nation in passing. They've gone 15-5 with the under in the last 20 games that they've played. South Carolina's 4th in the nation in total point defense, only allowing 10 per game. LSU is 8th, allowing 12.5. I think this is a no-brainer. I think the only way to go is to play this game under the total. These two are going to slug it out, and I expect LSU to come with everything they have, and South Carolina is going to have a difficult time psychologically being ready after beating Georgia the way they did at home. They're going into a tough spot to play. I think offensively both these teams are going to have trouble scoring points.
Yeah, Chip, I think you just took the words right out of my mouth. I agree with everything you said. Last week I had big plays on South Carolina over Georgia and Florida against LSU. So I kind of feel as if I'm in the zone as far as these two schools are concerned. And, I like the under in this ball game. Steve Spurrier's squad is giving up just 10.5 points per game. They held Georgia to 7 points, as you mentioned. LSU's only giving up 12.8 points per game. The line opened at 40.5 points here. The money has come in on the under. The line's currently 39.5 as we talk about the game. I just think there's still value at that price. I'm going to take this under the total. Jay, what do you think?
I would agree with the under and the play. The one concerning factor is when you have these dominating defenses in an expected lower scoring game, if they can convert or make any turnovers, it could create a shorter field for one team and possible scores. We obviously have seen the money come in. One thing I do in handicapping and analysis every week, I obviously utilize just a power rating on these teams. And I think if this game had been played before last week's results, I believe LSU would have been over a touchdown favorite here. And certainly at the start of the season, it would have been higher than that. So there's really no value from a South Carolina side in terms of getting the points here. But the reality is what we've seen on the field is so far this season, South Carolina has been the better football team. And when an LSU beat writer states that this team is sloppy, undisciplined, and average ball club, that you've got a guy that covers the team that is not impressed with LSU at all. Their defense have certainly put up numbers, but to me, South Carolina is still the better team, and the mission that they're on, this is number 3 now in the country. They're a team that I think can get all the way to the national title game. They're going to have to win a game like this, and it gets no easier. This is the toughest 3-game stretch, I think, in the country, playing Georgia, then at LSU, and at Florida next week. But I think they'll come a little better. I trust the quarterback play and the overall line play a little better from South Carolina in this matchup.
I'll tell you one thing. You want a guy who might be the first pick in the 2014 draft. That Clowney kid on the South Carolina defense, Jesus, he is ridiculous. And he can't come out this year because he's a true sophomore. Otherwise, I think he'd be the top pick in this year's draft. What a football player that guy is. And he just he makes everybody around him better. He's that dominating type of player that you really don't see very often at the college level, particularly on the defensive side. You might see it at the quarterback position or a running back or something where the guy's just too good for other people to handle, but you don't see it on defense that much. This guy cannot be handled. He will be creating havoc against an offense that isn't very good. And look, LSU is still a really good defensive football team, okay? I don't see the points. I don't know where they come from in this game, and I know it's an easy-looking under. Sometimes easy looking works. I'm going to take the under in the game as well. Best bets, guys. Let's go through. I'm going to start myself here, and I'll go with the one I just talked about. I just don't see any points in this game. I think what you said, Fairway, about the value on the point spread is accurate. I really don't want to play South Carolina, and I don't think I've got the stones to play LSU, especially since I think South Carolina's going to win the game. But the under looks appealing. I don't know if this game even gets 30 points scored unless they're on special teams or turnovers, and those are difficult to handicap. On the offenses, this is 14-10 type of material. I don't think it'll be that tough either, so I'm going to go with the under. College Super Total of the Year was a winner. NFL Game of the Week, another winner there. Those have been money in the bank this year. 2 big plays on Saturday. These will be online, but you can get these a lot less expensively by calling the office. It includes my college game of the month. So 2 huge games for $25, plus a bonus TV winner going tonight if you sign up early. 1-866-896-1629. Also, ask about my Pac-12 Game of the Year, which has already been released. It will not be online anyplace. Those conference games of the year, exclusively for personal service players, but by calling the office, you can find out how to get that game. 1-866-896-1629. Take advantage of what should be a very strong $25 special. Fairway J, this is a really good offer that you got for the rest of October. Very inexpensive and a chance to cash in some big tickets as well.
You get plenty of plays, Dave, with our par and 5-star selections, just $15 through October. And then, of course, it will include our college football game of the year. I'm going to come in with a best bet here today on Purdue. This is a team, this line open pick 'em at home against Wisconsin. It's gone up, but it's still below a field goal. Last year, Purdue came out off a couple embarrassing losses and bounced right back. One of those embarrassing losses was 62-17 at Wisconsin. They played poorly last week, had some turnovers against Michigan, but I think their defense is still strong. I'm going to check the weather here in this game and look at a total, but I believe Purdue is going to get out of West Lafayette at home here and get a victory over Wisconsin. So we'll use the Boilermakers as our best bet. Be sure to call the office, 1-866-896-1627 for the best offers we just mentioned, and look forward to more this week.
Chip, last week in Berkeley, easy winner with the Cal Golden Bears in your college game of the year. Let everybody know what you got this weekend to put the icing on that cake.
Thanks, Dave. 3 big game of the year winners and a game of the month in the last 3 weeks as well. And a Big 12 conference game of the year on Saturday and an NFL total game of the year on Sunday. Get the entire package for $19, including Thursday night's contest with the Steelers and the Titans, the Monday night contest as well for $19. This game of the year is guaranteed to win, or you get the month of October absolutely free. This is my Big 12 conference game of the year. The big games and the big money are on the line, and the big game player is hitting all these contests right in stride. Big game winner for you at 866-841-1665. And like you guys, this sells for $500 online. You get it for $19 by calling my office, plus the guarantee, 866-841-1665. My best bet for the weekend for the show will be Southern Cal. Look for the Trojans to have their way against the undermanned Huskies. I just don't believe in Washington. Take Southern Cal here and give me a call.
And let's send it out to L.A. Big Al kind of stayed, sort of home last week, going just down the coast a little bit to San Diego State for their win on Saturday, and then came back with that Sunday night really exciting game by going against the San Diego team, winning big with the Saints as they came on for the 10-point victory in that game. Great comeback by New Orleans.
Yeah, my best bet for this show is going to be on the under in the South Carolina LSU. And we also do an NFL show. I forgot to mention my best bet for that show. So if folks are watching both of these broadcasts, my best bet for the NFL is going to be on the New York Giants plus the points over San Francisco. Our Fortune 500 Club plays continue to roll, Dave. As you just mentioned, San Diego State and New Orleans. They've now cashed 9 straight side selections. They're 9-1 their last 10. The only loser was a totals play. These games are sold for $500 online. And this offer just can't be beat. We've got our Vegas Strip Move game of the year for Saturday college football, plus the NFL Fortune 500 Club play. Plus, if you call early and call tonight, you get the TV winner. 3 monster plays in all, only $25. These games are worth combined about $1,000. You can get all 3 for just $25 if you call right now. Call 866-841-1665. That's 866-841-1665. Vegas Strip Move Game of the Year, the NFL Fortune 500 Club play, plus, as a bonus, if you sign up early, the TV winner going tonight, just $25, 866-841-1665.
Great job, Al. Great job by all the guys this week. We hope you enjoyed the discussion. Pick up some winners this weekend. Make the phone calls. Take advantage of these offers. We want to win for you. That's how we get paid. So make the calls and put some cash in your pocket. And, it's just more fun to win these games that you're watching on TV than it is to be on the wrong side of them. We'll come back next week with 3 more Pro Lines. Our NFL Recap Edition will be early in the week as we size up what happened over this coming weekend and look ahead to the Thursday night game and then the college and pro football editions to follow that. We thank you for watching. Excuse me. We really appreciate that. So for Fairway J, Big Al, McMordie, Chip Chirimbes, and Jeff Sad, I'm Dave Cokin. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week.